Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to look at the next part of the auction, but really just one tank in particular, which we will get to. So this auction, there are a few okay tanks, but most of them are probably not worth it. The Pharaoh to start off with at 12,000 gold. To be honest, I probably wouldn't go for that. The M4Y as well, I would probably stay away from that at well, to be fair, 7,500 gold, that's not actually that bad of a price, to be honest. But yeah, it's nothing special. The tank's okay, but it's nothing special. The Kampfpanzer 07RH is 11,500 gold. Probably another tank I wouldn't spend that much gold on. Moving on, we have the Scorpion G at just 8,000 gold. I do think is a pretty good buy. If you know how to play the Scorpion G, it is a very good tank. But the one tank we really want to look at, of course, is the Smasher. The Smasher, for the first time ever, you can buy this for gold at 10,000 gold. To be honest, I thought Wargaming would have put it even more than 10,000 gold. I would have, if I was them, put it even like 15,000 gold because people would buy it. Even at, say, 20,000 gold, people would buy the Smasher. Now, let's get into the game and just show you guys what the Smasher can do. So the Smasher is probably been one of the most broken tanks in What Blitz history. It is absolutely insane. And I don't believe, I could be wrong, but I don't believe they've ever sold the tank for outright gold. It's been in crates a few times, but yeah, it's never been for sale for gold until now. Now, by the time this video releases, there might not even be any in the auction, but I'm surprised there is still some. At just 10,000 gold, I thought it would sell out almost instantly. But it is a KV2 on drugs. It really is. The KV2 isn't even relevant nowadays. Ever since the arrival of the Smasher, the KV2 just seems like really, really poor. And I get Wargaming nerfed the KV2 as soon as the Smasher was released, but there's just nothing out there really that compares to the Smasher. It is absolutely broken, and it's always going to be broken. It's just not performed as well as it used to be, but people know how to deal with the Smasher now, or at least they know how to hide from the Smasher. But yeah, it's always been one of the most fun tanks in the game to play. Hello, Mr. SU100Y, and pretty much goodbye, Mr. SU100Y. And again, when you're one-shotting these tanks, it's just amazing. I know people used to complain about the Death Star because the Death Star used to, it still has the high alpha. It could never really one-shot tanks like the Smasher can, like completely from full hit point to 0 without even a max roll. It's got a little bit of armor. I mean, not crazy armor, not so armor that you can actually rely on, but it's just insane, and it's always going to be insane. No matter how long ago the tank was released, it's still going to be insane. Just, you know, nowadays people kind of know how to deal with it, and it makes the tank not look as broken as it is, but it's still broken no matter what anybody says. Now, here's a high roll. Goodbye. Like, just over 1,000 damage. When you are top tier against this thing, that is when the tank just becomes absolutely insane. But even if you're bottom tier, yes, you might not be able to get the HE shots that out that you can against tier 8s, against tier 6s. But even when you are bottom tier up against tier 8s, all you really need to do is switch to the heat. The heat has over 275 millimeters of pen. It has more pen than some tier 8s. It's crazy. Obviously, the AP is not so strong. In fact, the AP is really, really poor. But there's not going to be that often you are going to use that AP. It's all about the HE. And if you can't pen, it is all about the heat with the penetration that it's got. So still, as I've said, one of the most broken tanks in the game. It will forever be one of the most broken tanks in the game. That will never ever change. Just people learn how to deal with these this kind of tank. So just one tank left on the enemy. Is he going to be able to get a side shot? Is he going to even attempt it? He's going to attempt it, and then he decides to change his mind and go for the AP. At least he pens. So 4,800 damage. Even at this point in the game, you know, he can take a few shots from this guy, no problem. I mean, just look at that. You switch to the heat and everything becomes grey and easily pennable. So get yours now. Go and get yours now. There's not going to be often I turn around and say a tier 7 tank is worth 10,000 gold. But this tank is definitely worth 10,000 gold. And I'm very shocked that there is still some available in the auction. Again, by the time the video is released, that may actually change, and there might not be any in the store. So if there isn't any, then I do apologize, but I had to make the video because I didn't ever think the Smasher would appear in the auction, because it's never been for sale for gold ever. So there are still fewer tanks left in the auction. What are they going to be? Is something like the Annihilator going to be there? We think that the WZ120 1GT, whatever it is, the tier 8, I do think that will appear as well. But there's nothing out there that is like the Smash. And if you do have a spare 10,000 gold, there's not going to be that many chances to be able to pick up the Smasher for a guaranteed 10,000 gold. Absolutely insane. If you did get yours, you're getting a fun tank, and a tank that you're actually going to play. And that's the thing. Yes, it's tier 7, but it is a tank that you play. And that's what you need to look at for the price. For 10,000 gold, you're going to have months and months and months of fun with this tank. Hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. Did you manage to get a Smasher for 10,000 gold? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, hope you enjoyed it. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye.